With that, I want to yield 3 minutes to my good friend from New York, Mr. Faso.
Thank you, Mr. Cole. Mr. Chairman, I appreciate the opportunity. I think that all of us recognize the need to ensure that adequate and sufficient and good mental health services are available. I think, as Mr. Cole stated, I think all of us on both sides of the aisle come to that point of view. The bottom line is that this legislation is going to give states more flexibility in terms of how they design programs. And I know that some states will emphasize one aspect of the system over others. I'm confident that in our state of New York, mental health and substance abuse will be something that will be very, very significant for the designers of our plan. But unlike the current system, where New York State, for instance, now has over 100 plan amendments pending at HHS, the states are going to be able to design programs and policies that will be efficient and effective for them. And I think there'll also be better oversight. Now, we are also on the Budget Committee, and it's impossible for us to forget, just a month ago, the CBO told us that the national debt is going to go from 19 trillion to 29 trillion in just 10 years. It would be irresponsible for us not to seek ways in which we can lower that debt curve, because we're otherwise going to leave our children and grandchildren with an impossible financial situation for them to deal with. Another aspect that has been raised by my friends on the other side, they complain about the age banding proposal. Right now, they call it age discrimination. Age banding in the ACA is 3 to 1. You can charge a 60-year-old 3 times more than you can charge a 20-year-old. This legislation would give, as the experts who testified before us about 6 weeks ago, it would give states the option to move to 5 to 1. The problem is going to be in states like New York, where the law says it has to be 1 to 1, and that's how New York State destroyed its own individual insurance market. So the key here is to create more flexibility, more ability for states to design programs, and also to have more flexibility in terms of the insurance law, because the insurance law, in fairness, in the age banding situation, by not lowering costs sufficiently for young, healthy people, we did not have enough of those people in the pools to support the insurance markets. And that's why so many insurers around the country have pulled out of the system. So we have to have an actuarially sound insurance market for it to function properly. That's why the option to move to a 5 to 1 age banding makes sense. States can do it, and frankly, we need to do this because that's how we'll lower premiums for the vast majority of the American people who right now are seeing extraordinary increases in their deductibles, and extraordinary increases in their premiums, and unaffordable health insurance. What good is insurance if you can't afford it? Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back to my friend, Mr. Cole.
I appreciate that,